It has been 48 hours since the close of polls on Saturday, the 7th of December, 2024. The voters of Ghana have spoken. They have expressed their choice at the polls, and that choice will today be upheld by the Electoral Commission of Ghana. As a commission, we have fulfilled our vowed aspiration to imbibe transparency, accountability, inclusiveness, and responsiveness at the heart of all our operations. And I can confidently say that with the help of God, we have fulfilled these aspirations and the expectations of the citizenry. From the West Africa Elders Forum, supported by the Good Luck Jonathan Foundation, from the National Peace Council, from CODEO, from the Association of African Election Authorities. It's important to note that per Regulation 63.3 of the 1992 Constitution of Ghana, the winner of the presidential election must obtain at least 50% plus 1 at the polls to be declared the winner of the election. We have collated the presidential results from all 16 administrative regions, of which 267 of the 276 constituencies have been captured. We have not been able to receive results from 9 constituencies because our offices have been besieged by political party supporters, making it impossible to complete the collation process. That notwithstanding, the presidential results from the 267 constituencies, including the newly created Guan constituency, clearly established the winner of the 2024 presidential election. Simply put, even if all the votes from the 9 constituencies were added to the candidate who placed second, it will not change the outcome of the election. It is important to note that the Commission will update the records on receipt of the presidential results from the 9 outstanding constituencies. Ladies and gentlemen, now to the results of the 2024 presidential election. And the results will be announced based on the positions of the presidential candidates on the ballot. Mahamudu Bawumia of the NPP obtained 4,657,304, being 41.61%. Daniel Augustus Latte Jr. of the GCPP obtained 6,320. 6 million. Let me take that again. Mr. John Dramani Mahama of the NDC obtained 6,328,397. And I'd like to repeat that. Mr. John Dramani Mahama of the NDC obtained 6,328,397, being 56.55%, and 31. It's important to mention that the total registered voters add up to 18,774,159, and the percentage voter turnout based on the 267 constituencies stands at 60.9%. 60.9% based on the 267 constituencies. And as I mentioned, this does not include the 9 constituencies whose results we are yet to receive. Ladies and gentlemen, as mentioned earlier, results from the 9 constituencies are still as outstanding. The 9 constituencies are Ewutu Senya East, in Sawam, Aduajiri, Akwetia, Suhum, Techiman South, Domi Kwabenya, Ablekuma North, Ahafo Ano North, and Damango. The total registered voters in all 9 constituencies add up to 947,116. In the event that all the valid voters from the 9 constituencies above voted for the candidate who placed second, the total number of votes he would garner would be 5,604,420, representing 46.17% of the total valid votes, which would have been 12,138,538. The inclusion of the outstanding constituencies would have given the leading candidate 52.13%, which is still greater than the 50% plus 1 required to be declared a winner. And so even with that scenario, he's clearly the winner of the 2024 election. In the light of the above, ladies and gentlemen, I have the singular honor as the returning officer of the 2024 presidential election to declare His Excellency John Dramani Mahama as the winner of the 2024 presidential election and the President-elect of the Republic of Ghana with a total percentage of 56.55%. Congratulations, sir. It is finished. Thank you very much.
Shall we all remain silent? For being an exemplary and inspirational running mate, Nana, your decency, your humility, and your sense of responsibility added so much to this campaign. The eyes of every young girl and woman, not only in Ghana, but in nations across this continent and the world, are going to be on you from today. And as you said, you have not only opened the door, but you're going to keep the door open for many other women. Our very successful election, I convey to you the warmest wishes of a grateful nation. For all its historic undertones, this mandate represents many things for all political actors and those who seek to lead our nation. It shows that the Ghanaian people have little tolerance for bad governance, particularly of the sort witnessed in the last 8 years, and that they are willing to take decisive action at critical moments when it matters most. These 8 years have witnessed some of the darkest periods of our governance. The crisis our beloved country has been through these last several years have left a scar on our national psyche, which may take some time to erase. This mandate also serves as a constant reminder of what fate awaits us if we fail to meet the aspirations of our people and govern with arrogance.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us on 𝗟𝗜𝗍𝗘 right here on Wesleyan Television. We're excited to have hit your screens once again. 𝗟𝗜𝗍𝗘 is proudly brought to you by the Christian Service University located in Kumasi. Into Kumasi now, best private school to attend. The Christian Service is there to sort you out. Kwaba, eba topic and our friends would introduce our guests for the morning.
The Christian Service University, a fully chartered private university in Ghana, is inviting applications for admission. Undergraduate programs include BSc Nursing and Midwifery, Computer Science, Information Technology, Bachelor of Business Administration, BA Communication Studies, Planning and Social Development, and Theology with Administration. Postgraduate programs include MSc in Accounting and Finance, Monitoring and Evaluation, Corporate Planning and Governance. We have MA MPhil Communication Studies, MA Christian Ministry with Management, Event Management, MPhil English and Mathematics Education. With quality, faculty and state-of-the-art facilities, we blend academic work with entrepreneurial mindset in all our programs. For more information, please call 0246 275375, 0240 154825, or 0244 596603, or visit our website www.csuc.edu.gh. CSU is located at Odinaho Kwadaso on the Kumasi Obuasi Road, 100 meters off Star Junction. Choose CSU today to secure the future of Africa.
And to make him better known. That's
Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us again on 𝗟𝗑𝗍. But today we are talking about the postmortem of the 2024 general election. So the aftermath of the elections, we were all praying for peace before, during, and after the elections. Well, there's some form of peace, and so we are grateful to God for how far He has brought us. But the 2024 general elections are done. The winner has been declared. So currently we have the outgoing president and the incoming president. That's the president-elect John Dramani Mahama. And today we are here to delve deeper into what is happening after elections. It's some few days after. But my guests for today are the Most Reverend Professor Emmanuel K. Asante. He is a theologian and the past presiding bishop of the Methodist Church, Ghana. We also have Nana 𝗟𝗜𝗙𝗘, who is a youth activist and a development practitioner, who will help us walk through this particular topic and bring some form of understanding to it. Hello, sir. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Bishop, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Papa. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, we'll start with our very first question. Bishop, sir, please, can you hear us?
They did kind of.
Okay, okay.
And if for FM Methodist, so any more studio where we start programming.
Okay.
The chairman, and I'm Chagana phone in answer so Yatoaba. Na yatuna sumgre kwaso esro on se ye masumgre ni adwuma bra yato awie.
Okay, Papa, edase pa Nana yaw, good morning. Nana yaw, what mean? Good morning. Okay, Nana yaw mpacho on mute my enkakra na ye ntimi entini ya wokano. Okay. Papa, elections are done and dusted, but what are your impressions so far on our preparation towards the election?
Well, let me say you can't elections in one sem or my more. You talk say you per se elections no you know asumdue.
Okay.
And stand there beto abano before. Brian to abano. Any to abano susu we are.
Okay.
I had the opportunity to monitor and the beto abano. Na me say campaigns in na you know Yankopon Roma. It was very peaceful. There were few here and there, but at least your campaign you know na so before no asumdue. And during no so no yeto aba no asumdue kwaso. Because places ya obeko bia no electoral commission for be ma omo ye omo adwuma yie.
Okay.
They were not few no also, even those and for cancer voter party and so can on. Said almost chiche mono so boy.
Okay.
Because polling stations, yeah, nipa no be 700 and something. And maybe I may not me to abase me ni say nipa doors wo pi, but near 3 polling stations. Nti udru ha, me drew no, many 5 minutes kra.
Oh.
And many 5 minutes kra.
Wow.
And na eboa. It was very, very peaceful. Be atuna ba no coffee. In general, in a number of places, so even after the election, it was peaceful. But a few other places here, basa ebi esi ho. And yama adena kwa kwa ti say aboa kotre so jana na ya e fita na tuntum ketu abi akwa kotuato. But in general, observers say by any ade na obi aka say Ghana election was very peaceful. Now somebody who has been involved, monitored elections in this country for so many for the years past, I can say election were one of the best we have ever had.
Interesting.
Okay. Aftermath, in some of the Basi better.
Okay.
But at least the election itself has been very peaceful.
Okay. Papa Yedase, now Nyame Adom, you've been able to experience a lot of elections over the years, over the period. How different is the previous elections our witness and our friends who ene the 2 year some few days back?
Minya.
Papa me pacho, ubetimi aso camera na amayen kakra.
Oh, okay.
Pacho.
You. Minya namne madofunu one mutie no. So I follow elections in this country, even in this 4th Republic. We've come very far. The first time, election, na edi ya ba no kra kotumu. Na opaque. Ballot box tuntumbi na edi no kotumu. Ti se nkrofo atwitwa bi kra gumu a ni hunu no na edi. It was not as transparent as we saw. Elections must be free, it must be fair, it must be transparent. As I say, enye in sheso because a constitutional case aban bia to me no gina nipa no free will aye de amaso. And these elections are nye free, are nye fair, na nye transparent, and then same. The first election in 1992 in this 4th Republic, nobody can say it was free, fair, and transparent. Electoral card the near the cocoyes adieno. Na photo be any so. And in some bebre see to the extent that one particular party crowd the boycott election. And he improve we. Improve for black and white a year na photo a dash all. We've come very far. I feel the opaque, the transparent ballot box, colored ID cards, and I say the digital never BVD eduma. First look at BVDs no by name function ye. This particular election, every polling poll had enough BVDs. So the no ko ya umbetma ayusu fall on others. A few places may have had 1 or 2 problems, right? It was quickly solved.
Okay.
And it's all the to near year no year is vast improvement over the past. And no America say vast improvement. Bibia a year no a few way mono. It was professionally done. That's an mechanic.
What has to see we've been able to witness this current improvement but what do you think was the reason improvement we buy and I say penny for who say we have to improve on this, we have to improve on that. I will say the way better, I will say the way to her. What will be their reason? What do you think will be their reason?
Election be a ban sem bahon. Sem no bahon. Fact is a mass answer sem no bano. Electoral Commission no any parties no ne ade no omutie na fe omogina baby a omoto sini omoye evaluation baby omoto sini no omo improve. I'm sure that the next election ebeba 2028 it will be far better than this one because areas be security wise, and in the Mabia Omojeja, they work on that. Mpembe Breno said, Ba, Omusia, BBS Omusia, a shay sin tall, maybe I to see, maybe as I say, correct it. A been the Americas polling stations, I want to check more Mokase. And whom he has said, say Nipano Doswa, breaky polling stations into a year, 750 and as I say, one police station. And my line no yet ting senior, I can't know etienne, a boa bibre.
Okay.
And there are so many other things. I may sure say after this election, on better say evaluation. Then he says almost the 2 years. Until next one, there will be improvement. Every election in this country, in this Fourth Republic that I have witnessed, there has been improvement on the almost year BR. I mean, if you say 2028 and so.
Papa, when I was say, sir, evaluation where I can want me. Which institution is responsible for that evaluation?
Electoral Commission Nankasa evaluation. Okay. They take submissions from the various political parties.
Okay.
So various political parties, that's why you have IPAC. And it's and then the Electoral Commission will sit. No matter Oman Kasasuno. They have a Ghana for places. They know areas and it's almost strengthened. Maybe it's almost year. Together with the security, elections and electoral commission. The security agencies they also know. So our committee almost be fair areas. Maybe almost ni baby is almost strengthened. Man near matimi koso kama. And then they will correct that.
Okay. Papa, we know say you were an observer in this year's election until you observing near course. So after wako 2 hours, but sasa na udi kan no. Uko 2 hours, uba na utie near course, uwe near course. Hefana na u observe. Afen so edie na uhuye.
To be honest with you, menye observer this year.
Oh, okay.
This year, aguma meye ya ni say, you see UNDP and Commonwealth Secretariat, USA, you can say education on consultations on peace and free and fair elections.
Okay.
In Tiasha, selected baby my friends say hotspots. Before the elections, many peace council for as a resource person. So we went to Miami Room, which is a hotspot. You call another place, Afram Plains, such as Afram Plains. And then we went to our area, PDM, Kukum, those places. Ekokone, Nkofo, Kasai. So I had a fair view of what was happening in some of these places. Obia went on contributing towards the peace of this election. What I realized is that education on elections in Nankasano, neye ayikakra. Say, because baby I call you near no mokasa, yeba electoral officer no one be chire said the abani bisia tonafa. Now questions here eba for clarification and in near mano. I realized that the Electoral Commission and the civic education for Omuo heavy responsibility to educate the people far, before the elections. Because police commanders what they have put in place in terms of security and all that. So discussions discussions electoral commission and all. And I felt to say it teaches we need to educate more on the elections and as I said the SSA
okay.
And one more political parties, instead of spending time attacking others, they should spend time educating their people on how to. We had the number of spoiled votes rejected, as you say. I'm still not happy with it. I thought Senki beat me a Curtis by this time.
Okay.
Why spoiled votes? Time be spoiled votes to grade the best at head also, which is wrong. We should continue to educate the people to know how to, go about the how to vote and so on.
Okay, Papa, beyond Adria, beyond etc. From planes now, no. Utifie na ocean in the news no which other places now who say hotspots or flashpoints what near cost with the calmness and everything. Places been able to me able boy they are my.
I mean, no need to be enemy. Say I can't play command.
Okay.
I don't know whether it's like my west or whatever.
I believe my north. I believe my north.
Yes.
Yeah.
North.
Yeah.
People are talking. And a baby to say Obuasi where a Nkrofo Quarcoo attack Sojafo. Sojania no Ukretua. What I realized that baby biano, it was made clear to the people say Sojafo no there, Omun they will only be called in the police for now and as security agencies now. Oman so no control, So in some places, here say be a soldier for coho. But na individuals be fish over so tough. Quarcoo attack police for. I saw on TV a boss area ubi Quarcoo ji soldier need to every name. It's not enyade papa. Soldier need kretua. Sebe soldier need I tell the truth to yes on fankukum kusie anase moa. He's been taught to fight. Well, and a soldier for so would attack back one, what attack nipa bebre. Why do you risk? So they should need a Quarcoo prepare or need to and in Yama. These are some of the things. I think political parties must educate their members and getting tough people here. Now, I mean the whole idea from what I learned, and they say polling stations, baby or my coalition, very few people were expected to go there. The idea that people should move into this area is wrong. It's not part of the rules. The no so them bebre ba mia bebre. As I say, our next elections,
Okay. Papa, yeah, that's it. Now, slightly, realize some of the elections, some places, it was slightly marred by some violence here and there. But the issue of vote buying, realize others I mean during the special voting exercise, even prior to the main election day, would you say something or touch on that briefly before I end?
Monetization of politics in this country is a bigger issue. Change just to be a 50 cedis. I think we need to sit down and begin to really look at the whole idea of monetization of politics in this country.
Okay.
It is all part of that. The monetization of politics. Politics has become do or die for certain people. And by all means, and the India do or die, and say the person has spent a lot of money, and just say by all means, win. And then you begin to ask yourself, so win obe recoup nisikano no obe recoup nisikano or go recoup from where? Because I can't demand parliamentarians, I don't think say it is said that I bet me a car or more. So why is it that people always struggle to spend huge sums of money in order to gain power? These are bigger problems that we need as a country to dialogue and to look at and to try to find solutions to it. We are living in a country where a lot of people are poor. There are young people around who are not working. And to be bigger crabby or ubia de bebani biano ope. Akani crown in the past. People near check bentoa and in near money maybe. These are kinds of things that we need to be very careful about. Monetization of politics is a bigger problem that needs to be addressed in this country.
Yo, Papa, that's it. Now, you can say the Oba Nanaya, he has finally joined us. And Pepe say, Oba Jim Rekakana. Onana Nanaya, but 20, Yababa Hobium Cecilia, Nini Komokakra. Nanaya, good morning.
Good morning, and good morning to our cherished friend. nyame adom bibia boko ye wasun dwe de na che say ye de nyame asepa say bibia aye say de aye no me din chia so nkoma prof and I no pay say where the kind bibia fe am I like always young boys and sometimes young me tell kakra it's more fun che na bibia be fun we are still learning, you know.
Okay.
Right.
You. Now, that's it. Now, elections are done. There are still pockets of issues here and there concerning the elections and all that. Now, what was your general impression on preparation towards the election itself, from the special voting to the 7th December elections?
Right. Now, thank you very much. Now, Nady kind of mechanic say, you know, when we joined last week, we were making some analysis on what to expect and all that.
Okay.
Now, right from Afi Electoral Commission, the processes I would take here now, some steps that they took into consideration. Now, you could see that it's an improvement over the previous years, you know. IPAC meeting now, or my crime media coverage and others, for people to just see what is happening and all that. Edu special voting, you could see that things were in order than previous circumstances or previous times. Now, even when there are allegations of ballot papers, there are errors on it and others, they quickly issue a statement and then destroy such ballot papers and others and reprint new ones and all that. Until you could see that they were really working hard to ensure that there will be transparency, everybody will be a part. I mean, the stakeholders, major stakeholders, now will be a very part of the entire process now. Then their coalition center, National Coalition Center was set up and all that. You could see that there is quite some improvements in the way we do our things. 7 December, and so like always, there was peace, but just that there were pockets of materials we have not been able to start register now. I mean, these things are human. I mean, we are a human institution. It's a human institution, and so they are bound to come. But you look at the magnitude, then you realize that it's on a very low side. And to say previous instances are from place, ballot papers you could do it, J could do and all that kind of things. And we really didn't have a lot of such circumstances, which I think it's a plus for the Electoral Commission and the entire process that we went through. But me could do me polling station. You know, I vote. My police station is located at the 𝗟𝗏𝗏 Memorial Hospital in Mampoe Kapem. We could do one. Hither to the usual queue, kakra, meet so and sana edumesono. It was virtually empty. So I was a little bit surprised, but I felt that probably it is because I didn't go early. 10:30, 11 a.m. thereabouts. So I felt that probably a lot of people may have voted earlier. Then upon this, I mean, speaking to other people around, then they indicated, so that has been the trend since the process started. Depending about one, into 10 out and encouraging us at that time. But I made them 2 years and straight home, maybe monitor and so even in nature, then I realized that they still said the turnout wasn't that very much. That was my observation. But now, as Obekaya, last week I made something say, it's high time politicians are surprised. I really made that statement. We shocked them because they have always anticipated who we are, the voters, what we do, what we like to do best. And so they can always predict us, we'll be voting, we'll be coming.
Remember the shock aspect. So the fact that people anticipated otherwise, but the reverse was the case, or the other side was the case, and all that. But you were able to vote? You were monitoring monitoring the election, be it on grounds, or you were sitting in the comfort of your home and watching TV or listening to radio. Observation now, monitoring now, what would you say about the monitoring and everything?
Well, I realize, generally, as compared to previous times, and generally, for me, the organization of the entire process was good. The elections was good. It wasn't that bad, irrespective of the fact that we had some few challenges in certain constituencies or polling stations or whatever. No, on a very large scale, you could realize that things ran quite smooth. This time around, I think biometric machines, BVD machines, also, they were new ones. So as soon as you put your hands on your fingers on it works. I mean, verified and all that. I saw that they were new as against the previous ones, and the turnaround time even at the polling station was quite faster. Because I mean, you could have been only you voting at a time, but still you could have delayed due to the process. But I realized that EcoFast and UTA News and UTA reporters and others across the nation, they're also all saying, I mean, the process is going fast. The process moves fast than previous times, which were good. But when you say you pay there, woman better say was so nkofubi the Kasakasa na say maintain one CBS or baby, and people are trying to heckle one another and all those things. These were also aspects of the process that we cannot overlook. I mean, they happened, and I think they are still happening even with the coalition. But on the set date, I mean, it was not that much. That is what I saw. It was not that much, and also generally, the process was good. The process wasn't that bad. Yes, that is what I would say.
Now, prior to December 7, there were issues of vote buying, Chechenia Mama, or special voting and all that. Going forward, Obi can say no nihobi, but the video circulating on social media said otherwise. The issue of vote buying during election and before, during, and after elections, now they are what will be your take on that aspect?
Now, we had a whole program on WTV talking about vote buying, monetization of our electoral process or system, and we really delve into it that much. But you see, it was still happening, and this time around, you can see, people who made attempts, it became so obvious that this is what they intend doing during the special voting. ABC, you could see that everybody was speaking against it and vehemently, and people were agitating that this is not needed and all that. And so on the election day, I think Ablekuma or thereabout, Ewusu's area.
Ablekuma West. No, that is West.
West.
Yes. Where Honorable Ewusu, yes, is Ablekuma West.
Yes. Exactly. So you realize that I think it's also the Ibiano Command pulling agents or something of that sort. And even before the food could get to the people, the voters were resistant. And I think we're hooting and all that, rebelling that they don't need it or they don't want it or something. Later on, she had to come and explain that the intention was not for the voters, but it was for Onwanem Quarcoo and others. Gradually, people are becoming aware of what they want to do and what they want to do, their actions. I feel that, yes, people may have received from people, but they may have not even voted for the people they received from. That is what I'm saying, because gradually we are speaking against it. People are suffering. People are in pain. People are finding it difficult to even have 3 square meals and others. So people are becoming self-aware that there is that self-awareness that, Charlie, let me vote for the party that I want to vote for, and not necessarily take something. Yes, for the taking they take, but still they have their intentions in mind and they act according to what they feel they want to do, and that is how come we are where we are. But it was part of the process. Now I see that the monetization is at the party level, so when it's within their own setup, but to cut across and give to even other people who are not probably within your scope to vote for you and others. It's quite challenging because of the level of resistance people are putting up to these kind of things.
Nana, Papa Hona, and then try and come to so. Papa, me pacho ya saba hobby. I mean, after elections, we are all expecting a particular result, be it A or B, we are all expecting a result into a bow, a basin a pen, and basin a pen nano. It's all about the results that has been declared. But prior to the declaration by the returning officer, the Electoral Commission boss, Jenadu Mensa, now figures are a free. The different polling stations is suggesting something, and then the flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party is also concede. It was screens who were listening to it on social media and what have you. But what do you make of the outcome of the 2024 general elections?
Well, I think that let's separate the two, the presidential and also the parliamentary.
Sure.
The presidential, no, there is no doubt. Senior Wini, you know, I mean, it won massively. Name Adebakwa is and I respect him very much. Is the MPP presidential candidate, our vice president, current vice president, Baumia, is unheard of in this country. And in African countries, say, na electoral commission, and may declare. No, as me trend in one. Adiana Eban Maluzu, until let me concede and congratulate the winner.
Okay.
And he did that in keeping with Onwankasa Okai. Say, you know, prior to the elections, you know, Omoko signed peace accord.
Peace pact, yeah.
And peace accord, you know, what he said, I was there. What he said, then he said, they said, elections, you know, everything comes clearly. You know, transparent, the thing is free and fair. He will be, necessarily, a basso will lose, he will accept it. Now, and he said, I'm doing this because I also made that accord, in keeping with the accord that I signed. It's a big example to politicians in Ghana and parts of Africa. I am fato home passes issue bibi efremu. Panino ye and so who said at the econo embamano. No, yes, I didn't say the bay basa ye biara ensi. After all, Majatum, sebe, and moi mpuno, and grandma minuko. Neso who said Bako Dahono Dane, the minimum, the Achere Bakonoa, why accepted defeat, then the other one goes away quietly. And it's a Yinua, President Baumia, a come up. It tells you, he used the word, he has won massively. It means he recognizes, say, Basa Ibiaba, because they also had the data. So elections here, free, fair, and transparent. Nese nipano omo yesa de ye jitu musa and kabua ede asungebe ba. So it's a feather in the cap of Ghana's politics, and I congratulate Dr. Baumia for doing that.
Well, Papa, okay.
Say about parliamentary no. Baby, there was no objection. In a few places, especially when people move into areas ya collation officers, collation don't take place, are creating all sorts of things. I can tell you, say, after this, in the courts will have to deal with it, because a lot of people will take their matter to the courts. If you say, people make pronouncement under duress because they were threatened. We have heard, I don't know, the police, may nyanya confirmation, but I've heard that in some places will be to me fast say the abandon. If it happen and pass Sadia, then it's a big problem, and the courts will have to address that. Yeah.
Papa, the outcome, do you think, say, that was what people were actually anticipating and are expecting? Did it come as a surprise? Did it come as, a normal thing? Eddie Maya's Ghanaians?
For me, it will come as a surprise to MPP followers.
Okay.
Because if you look at the campaign and the kinds of things that were being said, And different posters saying different things. It will come as a surprise. It will come as a surprise in the sense that the number of constituencies NDC4 are purported to have won is an absolute majority. And no, you're surprised. So nobody ever thought said there's going to be an absolute majority, but they did. They have, from the numbers that have come. This what it shows that. And so it's a surprise, and I'm sure that even the NDC people are surprised. Even if they knew, say they will win, they never ever thought that this was going to happen, especially in some strongholds of their opponents, NP and MPP for no. They managed to make an inroads. And as a shocking to quite a number of people. But that's election for you. Well, you can't predict the people, the numbers, the sheer numbers of people who are following you doesn't make for the fact to say Quarcoo winning. I'll give you an example. This was it in the Second Republic. It was Buzia and 𝗟𝗡𝗏. 𝗟𝗡𝗏 stood for National Alliance of Liberals, now. And I was in Kumasi, a young man at that time, when 𝗟𝗏𝗏 came to Kumasi, Subin Valley, for a rally. The sheer numbers of people we are now near, you believe, sir, Kumasi, say a 2 crosses there, Imubepai, because PP4 by Buzia by numbers, you know, anybody but the other by a Kotuabano, it was pathetic. And for 𝗟𝗏𝗏. And the number of people who follow you, who are even wearing your t-shirt, should not deceive you into thinking. So these are people who will vote for you. So, if you look at the voters' apathy, in fact, people who have done their analysis will tell you, say, the gaining of NDC, if you compare to the to 2020, and yet that much.
Yeah.
Just you say majority of the people who at that time even voted for MPP didn't vote. This apathy, though, it affected both parties, but it affected the MPP more from my own analysis. And the shock, you know, there. That's what the whole thing is about. It's like what happened in the United States. United States, nobody ever thought that Trump being the way he did.
Yeah.
So being no means a bebasa. So I'm sure President Mahama himself is shocked. NDC people will be shocked. MP people will be shocked. But we need to sit back and do proper analysis and learn from what has happened.
Interestingly, Papa, you are a celebrated theologian, and so what do you make about the prophecies that always come with elections, saying this person is going to win, this person is going to lose, and all that? What do you make of the prophecies that you've heard so far?
I don't make much of it.
Okay.
To be honest with you, but for me, I believe that the Lord does his work, but I will always advise my brothers, even those who claim that they have those gifts, to be very, very, very circumspect in the way they exercise the gifts God has given them. If you read in the New Testament, why was it necessary for Paul to come? You know, you read 1 Corinthians chapter 12, 13, and 14 is one whole piece. If you just read chapter 12, no one read it 13, no one read it 14 together, you lose the clear interpretation of the text. But if you read 12, 13, 14, love reigns supreme in the exercise of, you know, the gifts are rather they are my love. If my meat will cause my brother to stumble, it will cause trouble, I will not eat meat. That's what Paul says.
Okay.
And he says, in a tense political atmosphere, I will not come up with a prophecy, win. Some of these things are not meant for public consumption, even if it is true. In some cases, it's where the people are launching themselves. So because then people will come to me. So it is in the interest, my own interest, and so what is the motive for the prophecy? This becomes a very crucial theological issue that needs to be considered. And I will advise, say, but I don't blame them. I also blame the politicians who got told to Saneman. Spiritual instead of really doing the job that has been given to you and letting people know what you have done, no, we are talking about spiritual, you know, obia yankopon ba yankopon f% ne bebia be bidibi, but it will depend upon what you have done, your own work. Okay. Matter. I will not do politics depending upon prophecy. It will be wrong.
Okay. Yo papa yeda say na answer na yebekọ na ya ho no. Na ye bisa probably a last question before you yebekọ na ya ho no. Issues arising after the elections, and so the aftermath of the elections, the looting of state properties, the issue of not allowing people to still collate the results, especially when you go to the Adzika North constituency, the issue of people trying to, you know, get some of the state-owned properties. Yeah, can say, yeah, Papa President Akufo-Addo can say, Bibi why state property be hand it over before the 3rd of January, and then last day or the ama. What would be your take on that? Do you align with what he has said? And so the two fractions, both the NDC and the MPP, have also said, say, obi or any form of violence, biano, and komunjai, because at the end, in your declare the rest of the 9 constituencies na embayan. You see, at the background cry, it won't change the election results.
But the issue, no, yet the background won't change the election results. It has to do with constituency issues. You know, if I'm an MP, that may feel say I'm being given a raw deal. The person is not going to sit down like that. I think justice must be done.
Okay.
One more almost stop of that from you know, the security services should deal with them. They should allow the polling people to come up and tell us what the real results are. And yes, I because what hands well. And if we are aftermath in Ukraine, the courts are going to be flooded with those kinds of things. The mamin can be beef hooliganism, no? Political hooliganism, that's what I call it. So, party, a real election, usually when elections have been declared, there's always that power vacuum. And the power vacuum, they say, people begin to relax. After all, the government no crying here, they are not going to. The police say. So people take advantage of that. Kumaseha, National Service Secretary, people went there and lock up the place, drove the people because their party is in power.
Okay.
What kind of nonsense is that? What you say, and nobody has been asked to do that kind of thing. I think we should stop. After all, at the moment Baumia came up to say I've lost, should have detailed everything.
Sure.
The Electoral Commission couldn't change anything, even if they would said they're non conform, which is not true anyway. Say they can't do that. The person has already done that. So why do you use your jubilation and the joy in you, to create, tension and mayhem, looting, going into offices? Of course, a bit more the other side didn't be so calm there. So you can't blame one side.
One side, yeah.
But wherever it is coming from, whether it's coming from NDC, whether it's coming from MPP, whether it's coming from any citizen, criminals who are using this opportunity to do that, they should know that it is unconstitutional, it is criminality, against them. We should condemn it, and the police should deal with it. I'm glad to tell you, the police have already arrested 115 people, and they are still moving on that. 115.
As at this morning, no, not 9 abeka ho. Now it wasn't 115, but in the statement of Free Ghana Police Service over, actually said 9 more people have been added. Number 115.
And the police almost fish out. And my main use this platform to talk to our young people who have the strength. I'm going to say this is power vacuum, and they can use that. The both parties have agreed. So criminality is criminality, and security services should act. In fact, they are patrolling in the night, and they say they are patrolling, police and army are patrolling. Please don't get yourself on the wrong side of the law.
Okay. The two political parties and their leaders have also said, say, police chiwa na uye any violent action be a becho into everybody should desist from being violent and violent activities in the now so enjoy President-elect Mahama Akasa, President Akufo-Addo so Akasa Afa.
Don't dare the military. Don't dare the security people.
Okay.
It is foolhardy. Enya de papa. Mama institutions enya juma o ma able.
Okay. Papa, yedase ye kwa nana ya ho abasisia. Nana ya.
Now,
Ote election results no. I mean before the election results, Ote say Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia has conceded after so results are free the different polling stations people were adding the figures up in the comfort of their own homes and all that. Ote figures no and after so conceding of defeat no. After so they are easy kind no. Ote and saying.
In fact, I have not been surprised the very first day I heard everything till date.
Why didn't you show any form of shock, or you were not surprised at all? Why?
I anticipated everything that is happening now. I really anticipated. You know, I anticipated and I knew that the ruling government, the ruling party, ANPP, had a lot of work to do than probably they were doing.
Even after the campaign, even after the campaign,
even after the campaign, of course, because you know now it is one thing telling yourself all the things you want to hear to yourself and think that all is well with you, when actually you are not listening to the generality of the people. That is what was happening. Now you see, I feel when they say elections are really lost, the very first day the process of losing the next election is lost. The very first day you become a president-elect. And that is how I see it. If you look at everything that was happening in the second term of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, it was an indicator that something will be happening in the near future like this. But they overlooked it, and probably they thought that time will tell, time will change situations, time will change the status quo, and never did. Now, appointment of ministers, Bruhaha. When you talk about corruption scandals, when you talk about when you look at or you listen to some of the statements made by appointees, government appointees, you look at the posture, you look at the people are crying and saying they are suffering. People are talking about the economy, and we are still forcing certain policies and certain things down their throat. That even though you are saying that things are not well, we think that and we want to tell you that because we have done this and that, you should be okay, you should be fine, and all that, you shouldn't complain. And you look at the numerous demonstrations, they thought that these demonstrations were staged. People just want to do it, and so they are doing it, and all that. All these things, and you look at the parliament last 4 years, the kind of parliament we voted for, and who became the Speaker of Parliament. These were all indicators that things are not really well with the party or with the government, and that we need to make some changes, some reforms. But I think that they sat down and then they were still trying to push their own strategies, and that is where it has landed them. For me, NDC, like Prof indicated, may have not anticipated the kind of results that they have, but that is what they have now. And it can be attributed to the level of campaign they did. It could have also it can be attributed to several other factors, the economy, several other factors that they leverage on. Debiana Peter can say these elections would also partly be won on grounds of branding and others. And I feel that it worked. It worked also and worked also. You know,
what kind of branding? What kind of branding did the two political parties have?
You know, when I went, when NDC John Mahama came to Mount Captain, and I just went to observe so that I'll be able to really have first-hand information. When I looked at the entry, I looked at their setup, I looked at the kind of, the kind of organization and the kind of things they were doing. Then Peter's school of thought came into mind. Yeah, Mufrank who don't even matter in this election in terms of voting, we're inclined with NDC in terms of their songs and the kind of music and and somebody will say these are all unnecessary things, but they play critical roles. It makes your popularity so high. If you look at the kind of music that NDC produced and the kind of fanfare and the kind of things, their T-shirts and the kind of things they were doing, the electoral landscape is changing, the political landscape is changing, campaigning is changing. If you continue to stick to a certain kind of trends and practices, and you don't tilt fast into the modernization that has hinged into that political landscape, you may also be suffering like what is happening. I'm not saying MPP did bad completely, but I think that when you measure, the other side they were on top in terms of some of these things. Now, apathy is what is coming in.
Nanaya, quickly, let's touch on the post-election activities. After elections, we were expecting a lot of calmness, a lot of allaying of fears and all that. But the opposite is the issue. We have the Ablekuma North one. We have the fact that some parts of Ablekuma West, there has been some looting and some vandalizing of state properties and what have you. Quickly, let's touch on that before we open the phone lines.
Okay, so now I can say that is very bad, like Prof has indicated already. It's very bad, and it's not something that should be happening, but it has always happened. Just that probably the skill to which this is happening is quite high. Snatching of toilet facilities and others have always been with us as a nation, but it is high time that as a civilized nation as we find ourselves in, these things should not be said about us. The only thing I'm seeing this time around is that it is too fast. I mean, the pace at which it is happening is too fast, and then they didn't even wait for the transition to kickstart. They just started immediately. Dr. Mahmoud Baumia conceded, and it is bad. Like Prof also indicated, it could come from both sides too, because people are bettering say, yeah, me party, me woman, me nyashri woman, Samri and when you see it, me and I copy bibi and sana wako. And the other side too, you say that me what by minister me bindi, me DC, me MC, into me copy me and sana waba. So it can come from both sides, or it could be coming from both sides. But our call is that we should we are encouraging our people, especially the young people who are involved in this, to calm down and then make sure that we allow the process to work. And also that the Akufo-Addo-led administration should continue to know that they are still in government and they have all the powers to ensure that peace and stability is maintained. Whoever needs to activate whatever to ensure that these things come to an end should do it. We shouldn't just sit aloof and sit helpless as if we've lost everything and then nothing can be done again. No matter what we do, we still have a government in power, and they should act, and they should use the state agencies that are responsible for these things so that they act and ensure that there is peace, absolute peace that we already enjoying. We have it in full, and then we can have our daily lives running as we expect it to be. But generally, we are enjoying some level of peace. But these pockets of violence and other things now, we are condemning, and we are saying that it should stop, and it should stop now. Thank you.
Therefore, Emira to say maybe phone lines. Now, the aftermath of the 2024 general elections, we are just dissecting the issues, pockets of violence here and there, counting our end-to-mean calls and our coalition end-to-mean calls was some selected constituencies across the country. Now, things to the looting of state properties near Kikahuna and Anapawi. Yekan was 025-625-3461 053-835-0625. Inti also observe election Okoto about what was the process like from the time if you fear Quarcoo what do what was the turnout like uko queue or uko process no how many minutes did it actually take you to cast your vote both the presidential and the parliamentary elections no into your better first paper amount no vote and how many seconds did it take you, how many minutes did it take you, second paper now beji and so how long did it take you? Omo to Mr. PH electoral officers no we use biometric unsano to me PK machine to me PK unsano and now say not only voters ID card but uko na obo udi no omo to me share list name udi and emma vote. So what was the process like for you? Share your experiences with that, and then after the elections so near echoes or constituency baby I won. What to say baby because on as a who say baby because so honum so obi to me aboyemu enkomo pepepe na yen share the way forward say this pocket of violence in Bejai and says na two political parties or more leaders akano say all acts of violence must cease senebeya asumje bebagana han afa so police say omachinko for be 115 so far in relation to election violence and say echiwa me pacho police de obeko nipa na odi nechi no on to me enye hwe emfa ma wan hwe yi a e de court na court hu say nia wo ye no anya ni yi a obekwa kodem kakra intimpacho all acts of violence after elections must cease so the two leaders of the political party akano afen so yes okay that state property bia by the 3rd of January no na odi akọ 2025 na odi akọ se na be ya e betumi hand over ama the next administration 0256253461053835065 me pacho kan hu so frɛ na ma TV volume no aba from ede amayen. Before we get our first caller yenko profo papa yembra hobio the strategies that we use for the campaign the two political parties, would you say it is the reason why the results were what it is as it stands now?
For me, it's very difficult for anybody to talk about strategies beyond the winning elections. From my observation and from what I know, these strategies do matter for few people. They don't matter for a number of people. To be honest, Omo appreciate certain na kwala omuntu aba ngempeni. So for me, it has nothing to do with the kiki nesa nema. But people are very much concerned about their living. Ghanaians. Papa, me pacho, please hold on for us a little. You caller free press. Kofi, good morning.
Morning, guys in tea.
Yeah, they shake Kofi.
The Mia say, the Yamia Ghana or Dawson, that's my Yankupon.
Amen.
They would the Ghana, or Mangana, Yankupondon. Since Yamokodina, I am friend as Miami, no doba, no waba. Now the Shadam Pedina, you from there. From way on Sohoda. And see the men more in the Acida. And Chamo Pede, Mayet Abatwa Yatui. Mamoko police station. May do 3 minutes. Let me feel home. Let me then check. Damede de Orbechina Omba, but Waba. Yankoda in Shiadi, you then the maybe on fire. Yeah, Praso. I'm the Jama were about 3 days. Serious one could see, Obi float is sika. While a young boy see, it should be a wabo and some influence. Entire be so one day. Newport they be jubilation in a bad no show.
Okay.
Origin in that change. Obinika, car for Obinandwa. And the next day. Aya otu abana nze mebi oho ma parties wonjaye.
Okay.
Enwi na nature no say bibia to form the bay party ye party mon members but man convey crowfoot villages and back now on bed or enjoy a person name a bottle of drink minerals for only more biabi we waste any time now was now called and in fact young youth know
okay
there were problem wanted I until there were chance no behind and odichi aimlessly Intimately, the young PSO, young presidential candidate, one my who can I best dynamics or Yabatu, not any genoso. But that's it.
Kofi, yeah, that's it. But Mustafa, good morning. Oh, free offense. Morning, Mustafa. Me patcho you.
Patcho, make us a free.
Me patcho you. Yeah, you pa.
About to now, me pete me come once a magacha. Okay.
Patcho you.
Abana no akwe di amaye pa akwe. Nenso enye se otu abama andi sinti na wode emracha wonse na ko offices na ukububu office na mutwaja tumene na sefo eyesa enye Ghana Japan wo se no said the opera wa ban ye adwuma no kosoro no office na wo se no o sa de use sika fo front e bia ya den ayesa office no ajapade na wo na mobogu sika na bi no tinti wija ma no wo na wodi sika na ya de fo fra na Ghana mpuntu ana de e ba no MPP ni NDC ye nyine ba ku ura fie bi mu obi NDC obi MPP amiafo enti da moment na wo ko bubu sa no man se ye mo wadwuma ye kura ba be hwe unu ya no ofie Ghana wo se nti sa no man na e koso no ni sre mpan fo se omonge ka omo ho wo ye NDC ni wo ye MPP ni fa ho jim na sa no man nyina de emra fo ma fi se mpan fo na ato aba ma omo no Omu say 4 years de e wo ha ya in case o mo ya o ma dwen so o ma betena so o me de o mo pa ye de be san bo mo say de bo we mo na enti dia akoso no o mo fanya disua de me o bo
Mustafa yedase
na e da mo so ma se
yo yedase Fatima good morning no free tamale Hello Fatima good morning Hello good morning Okay, until also bet me after 025-625-3461 053-835-0625 Kai who say offer now my TV volume no abba form papa. So for watching good morning no free Kumasi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So for good morning.
Morning. I'm about to be a mono. Any to abano. Kasa ibi no pe. Either say ye to abe tie bibi. Ala ye to aba ama bibi. Ade ahwehwe bibi. Nti ye to aba wi a. Wa wodi nkugu no. Transehwe. Se wo se kwa konta aba ne ye tutia me. Ye tutia me ade ndira. Also, wadi ntonim no bisa ho se aba no mesese akontani nyina kan ye pemeni ye toma me ana ye tutie bibi wo ye leader wo ntima anye sa assessment wo nhunu ba bia o man no nipa no koma ekwa eda ye du wesi akonya so na no waluso enti de waluso de wa weni o obi anya sa assessment na mantie ne maba waso ya tiegu kurumu a ye nyam na semo a ye bubu ne ma dwegu no oto bo azwe dodo a ye hunu ne nyina no eye ndisi fo na ye sabe le kasa chiro
me pacho we can't substantiate what you are saying. Say ANDC for and say NPP for. Kasa for election, post-election violence, and as the aftermath of the elections. This is not time for you to apportion blames. Also for me, Pacho, this is not the time for you to apportion blames. Yeah, that's Fatima, good morning. Okay, inti emren ko inti me for calls biabium pachayana ofrea we are not trying to apportion blames, we are trying to find solutions to the problem and not mention names and who did this and who did that. Well, that is not the report we are having, and so into me and kanwasem inti yada sepa Papa me bacho yababio ye calls no yababio na o kasafa the election strategies are using here.
Someone I make can say for me, it's not a strategy, and I say people any passage here me say the economic situation. Of course, will be or the economy. Because education can create education. You should speak to people. The attorney say near nipa yefumuno. Here no kurachen bibia. So you can't economy for the ordinary person. You didn't better need you be here no and a lot of people will look at that. Two, are there any pampeni? Are there friends say sebi arrogance? You did to me be or no or brand who no did to me no amawo. Now if bedu stage be no crano say in she be no be no who no fro cra ufo no cra no maso. Who actually no crowd who say nipa na frewa calling the person back a cry efe wa na obema unkrof will be cry friend say as soon as you frame na ye den ni nyina so ye niam a nipa human relations yes the economy no dey ye economy no we look at it narrowly ne obedi ne the ordinary beto ne ade and the two human relations also matter. How do you relate to your constituency?
Okay.
Say Ogrofo Mato Obama wono so no mu relate here. Bibia ni we say e ba yento abano ma. Show concerns and ne here de no e also we here de.
Okay.
Discrimination ya de be hagwene. You never know. You omo say be di we cha ye kasa nyina ne bi kura no omo eta wachiri.
Okay.
But what they wafa ko san krofo ne di we cha ye kasa no, these are the people I di we wo ba ye no. You are discriminating. Constituency Kurana Obekwa, woman who been a woman who a chain will be ya. Anti Mr. Politicians, Munshia Sani Mangina say human relations matter. The economy no, ye can't economy, where means to brofo dieno. Then ye ha ye can economy, ye bibrim ye economy any day, ye midi, ye meda, and in near my uncle. And let that become very, very important. And say nipa kacho say asumasi we say nema o ye to say ya tie listen to the people and act on what the people are saying because one ne dit me no abawo that nema nyina ka ko minu na o kasa no o ye no o make a statement be very very important wo ya to abana ma no dan se na gwen for say policy nti de to abano
sure
and I say when we need because people didn't like policy be and no be and I can't be obi so. Did they vote against that policy or did they vote for you? At the end of the day, Ghana win.
Papa, yedase pa. Nanayao.
Yeah,
yes.
Now,
you were a few minutes.
The prophet. Ka prophet we san kan say me kan cry na.
Okay.
Say me ka cry bi pe.
Ka cry bi pe.
No ya okasa.
Prophet. Martin, Papa. Now me can say the next defeat starts now. The next defeat or the next victory commences now. Okay. So we have started another cycle and people are watching and decisions are going to be made based on actions and inactions which have commenced. We are pleading with our political parties and our independent candidates and everybody who has interest in leading Ghana. So what you're going to do from now till 2028 would play a very critical role in whatever that becomes of you. And humility, Prof, the Alpha areas, being percent for humility. Hey, election way has taught me something. Say, as human beings as we are, regardless of what God does for you and whatever elevation that comes your way. You have to ensure and push and make it an action plan. Say you will remain humble regardless. You will remain humble. Some of the MPs have been voted out not because they didn't perform. They performed so well. But just because of arrogance, and then the people say, go and sit down because you do not respect us. We have the inherent right to make you what you have to become. Okay. But if you don't respect us, then go there. The next thing I will talk about now is service. We vote people and we vote them to come and serve. We don't vote them so that they serve us. We serve them. We vote so that they serve us. But if you are sorry, now we are politics, that they are just the politicians. It's all about them and about what they will get and all that. They should make Ghana first too. They should make Ghana their topmost priority. Okay. We are watching and we are going to watch those that have been voted for. And we are going to make another decision in 2028 based on everything that they are going to do now and thereafter. It's now that's be brave for the opportunity. And then my first daughter, my birthday.
Oh, okay. Me but all they are sending for picture ni sending. Now you wishing happy birthday, ma.
Me they are sending mama.
Oh, okay. Sure, okay.
To me wish a Rama Esa Ampofo a very big happy birthday. I mean, Shano, not near them. I'll come to be a politician, only a great politician.
Amen. You Nana, yeah, that's it. Ain't he? Papa and the Casayeno, Usofopon, Mopon, the most Reverend Professor Emmanuel K. Asante. He's a theologian and the past presiding bishop of the Methodist Church Ghana. Papa, yeah, that's the pa Nyankupon in Shroud. Pa.
It's
a message. And Nanaya, Ampafo, are you or a youth activist and a face development practitioner or no? And a Echika, Obeka Huna, Edi Sound Community. That's a say, Jim, Nanaya. God bless you so much for your time. Okay, Inti for Yansu Eda say, it's a idea yent mint now without you, Inti, you are our biggest fan and our biggest supporter. God bless you so much. Yedania Waba. The WhatsApp on social media, Christian Service, that's it.
The Christian Service University, a fully chartered private university in Ghana, is inviting applications for admission. Undergraduate programs include BSc Nursing and Midwifery, Computer Science, Information Technology, Bachelor of Business Administration, BA Communication Studies, Planning and Social Development, and Theology with Administration. Postgraduate programs include MSc in Accounting and Finance, Monitoring and Evaluation, Corporate Planning and Governance. We have MA MPhil Communication Studies, MA Christian Ministry with Management, Event Management, MPhil English and Mathematics Education. With quality, faculty and state-of-the-art facilities, we blend academic work with entrepreneurial mindset in all our programs. For more information, please call 0246-275375, 0240-154825, or 0244-596603, or visit our website www.csuc.edu.gh. CSU is located at Odeneho Kwadaso on the Kumasi-Obuasi Road, 100 meters off Star Junction. Choose CSU today to secure the future of Africa.
And to make him better known. That's
thank you so much for joining us on the Thursday edition. It wouldn't have been exciting without you, right? Sitting behind your television set and watching, as well as contributing through your messages and your calls. But it has been an exciting one. Before we go, we'll bring you what's up on social media, and this is where we pick up all the trends, all the posts from both X, Facebook, Instagram, and all of the social media platforms that you know. But for the trends, we'll pick it up from X. And so let's move straight to our screens and we'll bring you the trends. But from the trends section, well, in Ghana here, Chairman Wontumi is trending, and it's based on a particular interview. Now, Trotro is also trending, Ghana Gas is trending, Go to Court is also trending, and this has always in relation to elections. Paul Adomocho is trending, President Akufo-Addo is trending as well. Pick your phones, go on to X, go to the search button, click on it, and get to read the reasons why all these are trending right here in Ghana. To our very first post of the morning, it says, learn English. And so this is the family, and so your husband and the wife are spouses, mother and father are parents, brother and sister are siblings, niece and nephews are nibblings, son and daughter are children or kids. And so let me take this one again. It says niece and nephews are nibblings, and then brother and a sister are other siblings. And so they are nibblings and they are siblings. And so let's all learn something new today. Well, the comment section is quite an exciting one. It says, thank you for sharing the valuable and wonderful, curious information, sir. And Zibida says that is the divine order. Well, Emmanuel says very good words. And Inde says, wow, nice nibblings or cousins. Oh, so this is not a real spelling of cousins. And so please come again now. Says very good. Thanks. Raymondo says very nice try. Elsewhere says very good. I don't know if nephew and niece could be nibbling. Thanks, it helps a lot. Ray Sylvia says auntie and uncle is Bibkins. Well, we don't know about that. Pen says very good. Best knowledge. And Partha says very good. Nash says son and daughter is offspring. Well, they are offspring, but they are still siblings as well. And so these are some of the comments right under that post. So let's go to our second one. Julius Oforiboedu, PhD, says that the foreigner will think this is a map showing Ghana's forest reserves and water bodies. Well, this particular Ghana map came during the election period, and so if you see the blue aspect, it indicates the northeast with a blue fraction, the Ashanti with the blue, the Eastern with the blue, shows the places where NPP actually won the election. And so the blue belongs to the NDC. So the northeast, the Ashanti, and then the Eastern, it belongs to the NPP. And when you look at the green aspect, the upper west, the upper east, the Savannah, the northern, the Bono East, Oti, the Ahafo, the western north, the western region itself, central, Greater Accra, Volta, also belongs to the NDC. And so this is just a topography of what happened during the election. Now, Ekuya says, laughing, Full Victor says, this is green Ghana. Well, Julius says, also replied to Full Victor's comment. Now, elsewhere says, hey, be a Christian. Well, these are the comments. But the next one says that, Derek says, you are a good geography student. And Julius also replied to that. And Quat says, has also chuckled on that particular comment. Well, you can also leave your comment right under it. But if you see this, that doesn't mean that this is the real map of Ghana. This map was actually done based on election 2024 and the outcome so far. Well, that will be the end of the post for today, but we'll go straight to the video of the day. Well, Christmas is just around the corner. Today is the 12th day of Christmas. It's December, but people have started hunting for chicken already. Please, that is the video of the day. Let's go back to it. Please, go and buy your own chicken. Don't go and take somebody's chicken, please. Wait. don't go and take somebody's chicken. It doesn't belong to you. Don't do what the small boy did. Please buy your own thing. Okay, it's Christmas and today is number 12, but let's go watch that video right again. We'll be back. The boy is a bad boy. I won't say he's a good boy. He's a bad boy. Please go and buy your own chicken or kotowa kuko. Menko fo bi die. Yechewa yebebo mpacho. Don't do this. But let's delve straight into celebrations. It starts there, and if you are celebrating your birthday today, you're celebrating your birthday this week, then it's a happy birthday to you. But we'll always be here to share in your joy, and very Reverend Isaac Quarcoo is celebrating his birthday, and we're wishing you a blessed, belated birthday. Age gracefully and enjoy more fruitful years. And this is from very Reverend and Mrs. 𝗟𝗏𝗘, wishing you, Reverend Isaac, a happy birthday. Emilia Queno, happy birthday to you, at the secretary to the youth service at the St. Mark Methodist Church in Dakuman. Wishing you a year filled with divine elevation and great testimonies. May the joy of the Lord continue to be your strength. Blessed New Year from Reverend Rose Edufo, wishing you, Emilia, a happy birthday. Florence Ama Edu, happy birthday to you. May God protect and guide you. May God strengthen you in the works that you are doing. May God shower you with blessings. May you move from one level to another. And may the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift his countenance upon you and give you peace. Numbers from KK. One bossman wishes you, Florence, a happy birthday. Irama is 𝗟𝗏𝗘. Glorious happy birthday to you on your 4th birthday. This is our prayer that the Lord will bless you. May you grow from grace to grace, and we love you so much, our dear daughter. From your parents, Mr. and Mrs. Nanaya 𝗟𝗏𝗘, are you wishing you, Irama, a happy birthday. Enjoy your day, little one. Mrs. Cecilia Efua Basau, happy belated birthday wish to the strong, beautiful, inspiring, loving mama that has impacted many lives beyond measure. Thank you and God bless you. 60 years of grace. Happy birthday to you, mommy. Happy birthday. And this is from Seth Esiedu. Happy birthday to you. Sister Laurentia Nana Ama Adazua Khan. Happy belated birthday wish. You are one of a kind and deserve everything good that this special day would bring you. I really love your friendship. I love you, Ama. I appreciate whatever you have been doing for me, and I bless the day I found you as a friend, because you have been a sweet sister and more. May God continue to bless you abundantly on this special day. Hey, production, I hope that you have not forgotten CPD's Ben Edu's birthday. Well, it's because of you that I have realized the essence of friendship. Your advice and encouragement keeps me moving. Your kindness, empathy, and love inspires me daily. Thank you for being my friend, accepting the way I am, and loving me as well. Nyame ensure will be brave, Sister Laurentia. Samuel 𝗟𝗏𝗘, happy 6th birthday to an amazing son. Today marks a special day, a day to celebrate the joy, the laughter, and the adventure you bring into our lives. May this year be filled with excitement, learning, and making memories with family and friends. You deserve all the happiness in the world. From your dad and mom, Reverend and Mrs. 𝗟𝗏𝗘, from the Ebenezer Cathedral, all the way from Nkoko, wishing you a happy 6th birthday, son. Okay, so I want to take this opportunity to wish Benjamin Edu of the CPD a happy, blessed birthday. Enjoy your day, my dear. Enjoy it to the fullest. But don't worry, we'll definitely bring your birthday celebrations right on the screen for you. But it is a happy birthday to you. Enjoy your day, sir, and I hope that you're watching this. But to all our sponsors, we say thank you to you. We say God bless you. Danwall Insurance Company is the best place for you to get your insurance policies because your claims are always rest assured. Methodist University Ghana, admissions are still ongoing. Pick up your form. If you're a Methodist, it is free for you, but if you're not Methodist, there is some form of discount for you as well. This is the best place for you to go through your nursing program, your LLB as well, and many other courses that the Methodist University has in store for you. Now, the Methodist Investment and Properties Limited. If you are looking forward to having your printed Lacoste, your t-shirts, your souvenirs, your badges, your organizational clothing, then the best place to get it printed in the nice way and in the safest way is the MIPL. You locate them in Adabraka, inside the Grant's house, adjacent the Holy Spirit Cathedral. Say thank you to KFK Foods for your breakfast, your lunch, your supper, your takeaways. You want to order food, breakfast basket, whatever it is, food session is there to help you get just that. Their food essentials and the prices are also affordable. Locate them on the Ambassadorial Enclave on the first floor of the Wesley Towers, and then grab your food from them. You can also get your snacks as well. We say thank you to Barbarella Clothing for all your ready-to-wear outfits for any other occasion, be it work, be it your naming ceremonies, your weddings, your parties, your get-togethers. You'll get your clothes right from Barbarella Clothing. Pick your phone, go onto all social media platforms and get to order for it, and it will be delivered right to your doorstep when you're done making your payment. Thank you also goes to the Christian Service University PIP Test Institute as well for all your addiction problems. If you go to PIP Test, they would help you or they'll sort you out as well. Now, the Freeman Methodist Guest House. Thank you so much. God bless you. If you need a good place to lay your head and a very nice place to also eat your food, then the Freeman Methodist Guest House is there to serve you. Thank you so much. It has been a beautiful Thursday. Without you, we won't be here. And so God bless you for doing this with us today. But we promise to hit your screens again tomorrow morning. Make sure that you join us for that particular one. Well, let's go back to the screens because we have a last birthday to do. Okay, so Benjamin Edu of CPD, the Methodist Church Ghana, you are a selfless and the most interesting person one can speak of. And on this special day of yours, I pray for God's never-ending blessings, joy, laughter, and peace that surpasses all understanding for you on this day and always. Enjoy a fabulous year with the goodness of the Lord. And this is from Miss Na, myself, the CPD team, and the entire WTV crew wishing you, Ben, a happy birthday. Enjoy your day to the fullest. And don't forget, if there is a party, please invite us because we are ever ready to attend. Ben, enjoy your day to the fullest. Thank you so much for joining us on the Thursday edition. We wouldn't have done this without you. God bless you so much. The technical crew, we say God bless you for your time and always making sure that this show is to the perfection that we always want it to be. God bless you, but we'll hit your screens again tomorrow morning. Before then, enjoy the rest of our programs. Enjoy your day and stay safe.